You guys, we're gonna make tortillas. I love making tortillas. I like eating tortillas. My husband's one of his favorite things that I make: tortillas, fresh cooked beans, and some huevito. So we're gonna make dozen maybe. And the first thing we're gonna use, I don't measure anything. I just eyeball it, so I'm measuring for like you guys' sake because I don't know the measurements. So we're gonna figure them out together. So I'm gonna use about like, I think like 3 cups. Yeah, about 3 cups of flour. Ingredients you need, I forgot. You need flour, you need lard, you need salt, and you need baking powder. Baking powder. This is the one I use. And lard, I have like about 100 and something grams measured here. I don't think I'm gonna need 120 something. I think it was 124 that I measured. So I'm gonna take off like 24 and use about 100 grams of lard. Other people like to use oil. You totally can. I don't like it. I like lard. So what we're gonna do with the lard, and it's cold lard, not room temperature. It's cold. What we're gonna do with the lard is we're gonna like squish it all together and make it all crumbly and good. And gives it like, you know, when you're making biscuits, kind of like that, and you kind of like warm it up with your fingers, and that's how you like make it all together. I don't know. This is how I learned how to make it, so I don't know the reason behind it. So that's just what the fuck I do. Oh, and you also need hot water. Around like a cup or 2 of hot water, depends on how much you make. This will give you like a good dozen or a little more than that. So now that everything's like crumbling together, we're gonna add the salt and the baking powder. I do salt to taste. Usually I just like grab a bunch and put it in there. But for measurement sake, I'm gonna do a teaspoon of salt. I think that'll give you a good, yeah, it looks legit, I'm sure. This is my second try trying to make this tortillas. The first time I wasn't recording and I made a whole ass freaking batch. So now we got extra tortillas. I'm gonna use about half a teaspoon of baking powder. So we're just gonna mix that up a little bit real quick, and then we're gonna add our hot water. Hot water, like burn your fingers. Like if you don't burn your fingers, it's not hot enough. So we're gonna do about, that was about like 7 ounces of hot water. No, we're gonna do the whole 8 ounces. I need more. So what you do is you just like make it. You don't have to like knead it right now because we're just mixing it. We're gonna knead it on the table. If you're, do you see how it separates from the bowl into like its own thing? That's what you're looking for. If it sticks too much on the bowl, that means you put too much water. And if it's still crumbly, you need to add water. That means you don't have enough. So right now that it's like, it's literally coming off the bowl, that's like the consistency you want to have. So we're gonna dump that out and just work it out a little bit. So what you do is you knead with this part of your, like you do like rolling movements, you knead with this part of your palm. So it looks a little sticky and watery. No, it's actually fine. It's not too sticky. If it was too sticky, it would be sticking to the table and it sticks to your hands. See how it's not really like, it just comes right off? That means you have like the perfect amount of lard and water and everything. So you just roll it a little bit. You don't have to like put too much work into it because then you make it like hard and weird. So what I do is I roll it into like a little caterpillar looking thing. I don't know. And you get your balls and I put them back in that same bowl. So I'm gonna give them, depending, like this is a good like large tortilla. If you want smaller like for tacos, then you do a little smaller ball like that. And if you want to make like those big fat burritos, they're called sobaqueros because they go into your sobaco when you like flip them or you hold them with your sobaco or something like that. Then you need like that kind of ball. But we're not doing that. We're gonna just make normal good old tortillas. Sorry. That's too big. So that's a good size. My tortillas like literally never come out the same size. I have like 3 tiers and it's like small, large, and medium because I still don't know how to like measure them out. But this is what I do. Other people do this. I've seen people do this. They go like that, they make a ball, and then they just like no, I don't know. That doesn't work for me. I can't do that shit. But yeah, so this is what I do. So we're gonna have our little balls. And what I do is I cover them up with the, you can cover up with the cloth or whatever you have. I just use like a grocery bag. Because you want to keep them warm. If they get cold, they get hard and it's harder for them to be like rolled out. And you're gonna struggle. So it's just better to keep it, to keep them warm. So I'm gonna get my plastic bag and then I'm gonna take you guys over to the stove top to roll them out. Right back, baby. Okay, to roll out the tortillas, you need one of these. Actually, you don't really need one of these. I've rolled tortillas with like bottles before. Just find a thin enough bottle and you can roll tortillas. Also, this I should have told you in the beginning. But before you dump out your like flour to start making tortillas, you need to set some aside. Because there's no worse thing than dumping out the rest of your flour to make tortillas and then you don't have extra flour to coat them in. It's a nightmare, like a nightmare. So set some flour aside because you do need to coat them to roll them. So we have that. We have our palote. And now we have our tortillas. You see, it's like really like floppy. I like them, like this is too floppy for me. I like them a little more sturdy, but it should be fine. This is gonna make a giant ass tortilla. So what you do is you put it in the flour, like you coat it really good, and then you roll it. To roll, you don't need that much pressure. You can literally just like, and let this do all the rolling, not you. So you don't put that much pressure. And what I do, like literally everyone has their own technique in rolling tortillas. My mom likes to do this thing where she like, and like she shapes them. I can't do that. I don't know how she freaking does it, but hers work out. Mine doesn't. So I'm just gonna throw that one in the stove already. God damn. Wait, needs one more. That's what happens when you make the thing too thin. It gives you that shit. So we're gonna try it one more time. You gotta roll it into a little ball, make it like as even as you can. And then you like dip it in your flour. And what I do is you see how it's like longer this way? I roll up that way and then I just flip it on its side. So that's longer now and this is shorter. So I just roll up again. And that for me has given me like the round tortillas that I want. Not always. Sometimes they look like SpongeBob. Other times they look like hard. Sometimes they look like underwear. But I mean, you get that with practice. So I just like flip them, flip and roll, flip and roll. So see again, to the side, roll down, and you pretty much get a round tortilla. Anyway, it doesn't matter if it's not round because like they say, no te las vas a comer rodando, so it doesn't really matter. This is a good like size and like thickness. And we're gonna put it in our comal. This will be a little hotter. Make sure you already have your comal ready to go like warm up like while you're making them because it's so much easier than to like stand there and wait for them. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll out my tortillas and we'll see you in the end. Alright, so we're out of tortilla balls. So that was the last tortilla. I had trouble with the stove, like keeping up the temperature because it is a new stove and I haven't really figured it out yet. But you want the heat to be pretty high because if it takes too long to cook, they start to get hard and you don't want hard tortillas. So as you can see, mine are not round by any means, but they're good. And I was able to make around, let me see. I think we had a good few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got a good like 18 tortillas. If I was better at like sizing the balls, then we would have had more. But that's good. It was like 18 tortillas. I counted them. This is the last one. We're gonna chew this off, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I like to eat them. This is the Fernandez way. You take your fresh hot tortillas off the stove and you put a little bit of mayo. I know you guys are saying like, ew, mayo? That's disgusting. No, it's the best fucking thing ever. So you put a little mayonesa, you roll it up in your taquito, and bitch. You see how soft they are? They're soft, they break easy. That's how I like them. Not to be like stringy. I hate chewy tortillas. Chewy tortillas are the worst. And these aren't chewy at all. Sorry, I was eating my taco. So see, they break up really easily. They're kind of like hard. Wait, hard? No, they're not hard. They're like very like bendy. But they're not stretchy and disgusting. That's because we didn't knead the dough too much. When you knead the dough too much, stuff starts getting stretchy and it's harder to like roll them out. So this is my favorite consistency for tortillas. So hope you guys try them out. Let me know if you do. I think this is where we're gonna end this video because I'm gonna eat my fucking taco. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, share, you guys. Please share. Please. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but thank you. Bye.